Hi, welcome to Movie Review Mom. My goal is to save you time and money when selecting which movies to watch. I hate wasting time on terrible movies. And so you're definitely going to want to listen to this one. The movie I'm reviewing is called The Flood. This disaster slash survival movie is currently available to rent, purchase, or stream on platforms like Amazon, Apple iTunes, Microsoft Store, Spectrum on Demand. All right, so the movie is rated R. It's an hour and 33 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is, brace yourself, a D for dumb. But let me tell you why. I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked, well, a few things, and things I didn't like, as well as tips for parents, interesting lines, and movie recommendations for films that are sort of similar that you might like better. You ready? All right, let's dive in. A daring jailbait during a dangerous Louisiana hurricane is interrupted by a horde of large, hungry alligators. This goofy action flick was directed by Brandon Slagle. Writing credits go to Chad Law and Josh Ridgway. This is the kind of movie that is so bad that you just might have fun watching it, especially if you're watching it with your friends and you just want to laugh at how ridiculous a lot of it is. So there were things that I liked about this. For example, the very determined cast gives this creature feature a go and includes Casper Van Dien, Nikki Whalen, Luis Mandalore, Randy Wayne, Ryan Francis. We get a quick look at a rap sheet for the criminals, letting us know that they are hardened dudes. I like how one of the characters made mention of Noah's flood to kind of paint a picture of immense water during this hurricane. But that's the only connection. It would have been fun to have had a few more. Sometimes the alligators look real and vicious and frightening, and other times the CGI looks super fake and is laughable. Their tongues always look super fake and weird to me for some reason. So there were a lot of things I didn't like about this movie. For example, the opening scene before the rolling credits was terrible with painful acting. It's hard to take a plastic sheriff seriously. Now, I don't mean to be cruel and to criticize. I wish I looked like her, but come on, she's this little Barbie doll and she's able to beat up, vicious alligators and big guys twice the size of her. And I don't know. I just kind of rolled my eyes a lot. There is CGI rain in this movie, which kind of tells you it's a low budget film. Now, we don't learn anything really about the characters, so we're not invested enough to care whether any of them get eaten or not by alligators. That's not good, right? You want to have an emotional connection so that you're just like, no, no, be careful. And you just don't care, sadly. What we do know about them is that they're either really dumb or they're criminals. Most of the dialogue is just filled with macho growls and obscenities. There's super fake tattoo on Kim DeLonghi's arm. She's supposed to look like a tough girl, but she really doesn't. It's super frustrating to watch dumb people make really dumb decisions. For example, that people keep leaving the doors open, which is super convenient for the alligators to get in. And if man-eating creatures were in the water that was rising in the room that I was in, I think I'd move a lot faster, right? The alligators move slowly, which is helpful and convenient for the humans, but the humans move painfully slowly as well. Like, where's the urgency? It's bizarre that people rarely act like they're gonna die. They stand there like looking at the alligators. Why? I would be running or climbing or something. There are many attempts at humor, but most of them don't work and they're just laced with profanity anyway. There's a scene where this idiot tries to pat the alligator's head and control it like he's a snake charmer or something. Yeah, that's not going to work out really well for him, you think? super fake looking blood and wounds. And there are some exciting fight sequences. However, really good fight sequences, like ones in John Wick, are when multiple people are attacking one individual, right? And you're like, oh no, And in this movie, the bad guys just kind of stand and politely take turns, while one person is being beat up, one stands by, and then as soon as that guy falls, then he goes in, and it just sort of takes the tension out of the fight sequence. Uh, They definitely try to make it exciting, but it just doesn't really work. Let me give you some tips for parents. I don't think that this movie is appropriate for children, partly because there's so much profanity and so many F-bombs, but also because there's lots of blood splatter and gore and people die. There are a lot of racist comments, lots of weapons of various kinds, and violence with weapons and hand-to-hand combat. So some of the themes that are illustrated are survival, right versus wrong, critical thinking skills, which very few of these people have. And then here's an example of some of the dialogue. I usually write down funny lines and interesting lines just so you can get an idea of the script writing. And so I didn't have any funny lines to share or really interesting lines either, but here are a couple of dumb lines. So there's this one guy and he says, people from the ghetto ain't supposed to die like this. Just like, okay. And then there's another line where two characters are, in the water with an alligator, and one says, shoot him. And then the other one says, wait. Why? Why are you waiting? It's just stuff like that where you're just like, ah, it's so ridiculous. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for some other movies that are kind of similar that I think are done better. The first one that immediately came to my mind is a movie called Crawl. Again, it's this big hurricane, the waters are flooding, and the alligators, crocodiles, I forget which one, they're coming into the buildings where the people are. And it's just done so much better. The suspense and the tension and the thrill is definitely done well. So I think you'll get a kick out of that one. Another one is called Lake Placid, where there are, creature features trying to kill dumb humans. And then, of course, if you really want dumb, silly, fun disaster creature movies, then you can watch any of the Sharknado movies. They're filled with stupid people and ridiculousness and blood and gore. So if you're into that and you haven't discovered Sharknado, definitely check out those. I don't even know how many movies there are, like a million of them. I don't know. All right, that's it for my review. When you get a minute, run over to Instagram and follow me at Trina Boice, where you can learn about my movie reviews, as well as my books, my online courses, my podcast, and all a bunch of other stuff. All right, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.